Hello, hello. So, as you can see, we have Hand of God steering. I couldn't sleep without doing something. It bothered me, and by doing this, I uh, re-engineered the steering proper, and then did the mechanism. And now it's less. There's less parts, and it's everything is better. So let me show you what I've done. So we can of course remove. Come on. We can remove this. We have no hand of God steering. Okay. But now I'm going to remove the roof so we can take a look inside. Okay. Let's put it away. Okay. So what I did, essentially, we have this guy here at the same position. We have a cardan joint. Then the hand of God steering mechanism that connects to our regular steering, which of course still works as intended. And that's it. And of course in the front, wait, let me just pick up the piece fell off. Uh, uh, so here we also had to do some cleanup because the parts that were holding the chassis here were in the way. So I moved the parts outside like this. And everything works pretty well. And I think that's a good compromise. I mean, it's not. It is kind of bulky, but that's going. That's it was bound to happen anyway. And of course, it probably won't interfere with our shifter because our shifter will be right next to it. So the shifter will be somewhere here, like this, and it. So I think we're okay. That's really the best case scenario. And of course, it doesn't. There's no binding. Everything works smoothly. Both the hand of God steering and the regular steering work. And most important, it's in the middle of the car. So let's put the roof back on to show you what I mean. It's not gonna be perfect because this is just a placeholder. But anyway, come on. Yeah, the mechanism. I mean, if we need space, we can move the mechanism, of course. Now that we have the mechanism in place, that's really not a big deal. So we are going to revisit this once we have the drivetrain. So don't obsess with it about it. So no reason to. Let me put this back on. Okay. So we have hand of God steering that reacts instantly, and of course because it's in the middle of the roof, what's happening is that now I can basically apply pressure to both the front suspension and the rear suspension equally. So when I'm going into a corner, I can actually make the car work in the front and the rear, not just like in the Lego version, not just in the rear, which gives you more feel for the whole vehicle. And of course, because of the geometry, you actually you can feel on the steering knob that something's happening. You can really feel the suspension. But of course, what this revealed now is that we desperately need an anti-roll bar. We must have it. At least, I mean, we're going to do the front and rear anti-roll bar anyway, but the front really needs it. It really needs it because when going just to one side, the car is really soft. Suspension is relatively soft, but that's okay for comfort on the straight. But when going into corners, I would like this to have slightly more resistance. So that's something we need to do. And what better time to do than now? So we are going to revisit the front suspension now that we have a feel for the car. And let me show you what I did in the front. Just when moving those points to the outside, I also then combined these frame rails with the front box section. So everything here is a little bit sturdier. It's not, I mean, it still moves around a little bit, but it's not tragic. Suspension is very soft, and the point we need to look at is this. This is from here on, everything matters. From here to the front, doesn't matter if it twists or not, and it's really not. It's fine. Well, thing is, rear is not actually too hard. Rear is actually, I don't know, pretty okay. We can make it softer. There's actually now in the rear, you see, we have 2 layers here on the leaf spring. We can just make this guy shorter. For example, we're now using I think it's a 12 stud plate. We can use, I don't know, a 6 stud plate, and then this will be much softer. So that's we after the car is complete, we are going to adjust the softness of the suspension itself. In the front, yeah, I mean we can basically adjust the stiffness of the suspension by turning our knobs here. So the more we apply a preload on the spring, the stiffer it's going to be. So yeah, but the front, I mean the stiffness of the car, of the suspension when the car is driving is not yeah, it's a Dodge Charger. It's not really that much of an issue. The issue is when going into a corner, because then only one spring is providing the support of the car for the car, and that's not really enough. I would like it to be much stiffer. So yeah, we need to see what to do, and of course we need to have our links, our suspension links as well. because without them, you know, well, the whole car is a little soft. You see the rear when going left and right, the rear is quite soft. If I grab it in the front, for example, and yeah, but the problem is that there's no weight. The rear has no weight. That it's very light. So there's still going to be bodywork here and side panels, some interior, the drivetrain. This all will add weight. So right now it's pretty light. Yes, absolutely. The front roll bar is going to clear under the engine. Now let me just have a sip of tea and we can crack on. Okay. Right. Let's remove the. I'll remove the knob so I can flip the car on its roof. Okay. So the roof is pretty stable. I like it. This is a good indicator that we did something right. Both the A pillar and the C pillar seem to support the weight of the car pretty good. So if we have a rollover, we're fine. Okay, so for this operation, let's remove the wheels. So, where are the links? So this is now the time that we revisit the front suspension. We have not much room. We have not much room, but we need to put in the links and anti-roll bar. Well, today, if we're lucky, we can make the front suspension work. I showed you the hand of God steering that we made, so that works. Yeah, this should be our priority for today. I have actually no idea how to do the anti-roll bars yet, but we are going to probably have to do something here in between. So the links, these links, will go somewhere here. I have no idea where they're going to fit, and the anti-roll bar is going to probably sit above it. I have been in Germany, and there was a guy with a C4 Corvette, and of course I had to peek under the bonnet and watch the suspension. And the Corvette has a very simple anti-roll bar link, basically. No need for a ball joint. Basically, what it has is well, it's like two pivots, allowing the suspension. I mean the anti-roll bar to work. So it's one is this. So this allows front and right movement, and then it allows this kind of movement. So we need to think of something, because this is only it's going to be loaded up and down, so it does not have to transmit forces front and front and back. So it's not doing the work of those support links. Where are they now? Ah, here. So it's not not doing the work of the support links, but just providing load on the one side of the suspension while it's under load. Yeah, probably. We're going to try do this, or I don't know. It's probably going to the anti-roll bar. It's probably going to go either here, or more likely here, or even here. I don't know yet. Could be that we have to route it through this guy. We'll see. Well, the anti-roll bar needs to be. Let me just mock it up. I don't know. Is here good? Yeah, could be. So basically, we have the link here. Let me just put something together. This is not the final form that our anti-roll bar is going to make, but just so you have an idea what we're going to do. So the anti-roll bar can be made out of axles, actually. So it would be, I mean, this guy is too long, so disregard it. So when it compresses, ideally, see, this stays upright and the anti-roller pivots here where it's attached. So then a bar goes through it, and this guy provides a torsion. It's like another torsion spring. So when one part of the suspension is compressed, the other is usually stretched. So the torsion between them provides more resistance on the side that reduces body lean. But of course, this guy here, as it is now, of course, doesn't work because it's interfering. We need to see why it's interfering and how to fix it. Ideally, the anti-roll bar will be parallel to the body like this. That's probably the best, our best bet. And usually the shorter the anti-roll bar is, I mean this part, the better. But because if it isn't, then this guy is also doing some work. And the shorter it is, the more the anti-roll bar actually twists. The longer this is, the less this part that goes across is going to twist. So if we build, for example, something, let's say that this is our anti-roll bar. So these guys connect to the suspension, and this is the bar itself. So basically, I go into the corner, and this part of the suspension compresses. So I'm putting load into the bar, and I can feel that there's, just like in the torsion bars here in our suspension, there's torsion. So it provides suspension. When both wheels are being compressed at the same time, for example, driving along on a straight road, the bar twists, both links twist in unison, and there's no torsion happening here. So And in light bumps, you can hardly feel it, but when cornering hard, this happens. So, basically what we need to find is space for it. Space here, and yeah, we need probably to offset this by half a stud. Come on. This is now going to be just an idea. I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah, probably not, because this creates exactly the same problem as we had before. But maybe can do it like this. Bear with me here. Bear with me. No, it's an IKEA cup. This. Okay. Oh, that works. That works. Okay. Do we have clearance? Well, the answer is a maybe. It's a maybe. Yeah, because it's close to the camera. I mean, this is the IKEA tea mug. Okay, so let's replicate this on the other side and see if this has a chance of being successful. Yeah, problem is the effect of the anti-roll bar will be less if I do it like this. I mean, not like this. I have to do it. Come on. I have to do it like this. Clearance is about the same because the issue is here. But the issue is only present, of course, when full extension of the suspension. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. First, I would now try to mount this guy, because right now, of course, our the natural mounting point would be here. But of course, there's something there, so it can be here. Yeah, we'll explore it. Ideally, now it would be one stud further out. But of course, we don't have these that are that long, so we're gonna improvise. We're gonna make our custom links. Which are going to be very simple. And at the same time, they're going to bring everything in. Like this. Okay. Oh, crap. Sorry. Wrong part. Wrong part. So we want a 7 stud part. Okay. And now we can route this through here. Like this, for example. Of course, we need a support for the anti-roll bar. Like this. Come on. And let's route it here. Okay, like this. Now, let's see what kind of movements we can expect from it. You see? This guy is now moving. At full lock, we get movement here. And a jerking motion because what's happening? It gets pulled out. It gets pulled out, and it bumps here on the body. Okay, David. And we don't want that. But what we are going to do is exactly that's what we're going to do. Just a second. Maybe we can solve 2 problems in one go. Maybe. So what options do we have with this? So the issue is that I would like to use something like this. Like this. And this axle would slide in the A arm, and then a thin lift arm would be connected to it. Hold on. We're not finished. The anti-roll bar, of course, will have a structure. It should be stiff enough. I mean, I'm going to remove this guy for now, so we can engineer stuff here. Basically, the anti-roll bar would be, we have what? One. So it can be like this. It can be like this. We should make it red for shits and giggles. 1, 2, like this. Then we are going to have red axle connectors. Okay, so like this. And more. Okay. This and this. Okay. Is it enough? No, of course it's not. Where did I go wrong? Ah, yes, of course. Miscalculation on my part. Like this, and we need 5 studs. 5 stud axles. 5 stud axle. And some of these. So we come in here like this, and we add, wait, oh, it's six studs. 6 studs, of course. Six studs. Sorry, didn't just notice that you cannot see what I'm doing. Okay. So, see, this is our anti-roll bar. Let's just try it out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's first build the links. And the links need to be... Ideally, it would be like this, but it would have a rounded edge. So a thin lift arm with an axle hole on one side and 3 pinholes on the other side. That would be our ideal solution, but of course that's not what we have. Let's see what we have. Let's see. what the options are. They look pretty bleak. So basically we want here on this side, we want this guy to be sliding in and out like this. And here we want lift arm, a connection that is as short as possible. Now it needs to be 6 studs. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But anyway, we have to modify our A-arm anyway, so it doesn't have this guy here. And we need to think of something, and in the same breath, to mount our link. Now, how to do it? I don't know. Could have it here, then this would interfere. If we would have it, I don't know, like here, this would interfere. It's quite difficult, and it's not even an either-or situation, because the anti-roll bar is not going to interfere with our link. It's just a lot of stuff to put into a very cramped space. Let's sort at least the anti-roll bar first. Damn. This would be ideal, because now that we have the half bush, it's not the steering is not going to bump into the link, which is good. But it needs to then disappear close to the body because of the wheels. What could we use here? And these are going to reach up till the link. But then what? We need something to go outside. I'm going to or basically, can I? Yeah, I have to take this out, and we're going to extend the arm. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, sorry for having some monologues. The gray what? I have an interesting idea. So, okay, you see this guy? We would use this guy here, and we could mount the link like this, for example, or we could use this guy, like here, use it like this. Or, if we feel very brave, what we could do, we could mount it even, we should mount it here, I guess. This would have the most effect, because it needs to be as far out as possible, of course, to even be effective. And then we have to see if, yeah, if it clears this guy, then we're golden. So the link ball joint would be here, and I don't know, we're going to mount it, I don't know, here, so it has some tension. I don't know, maybe just in front of the anti-roll bar stuff. So this would interfere directly with the anti-roll bar mount. I guess. I mean, something's gotta give. Yeah, I could do that. But what if I change? If I do that, of course it can sit now more in the front. But if I do that, and we do this, well, not this exactly, but we can do. Oh, come on, where are you? Everything comes at a price. We could now do this, actually, like this. And if we, this is not even not going to work. This is now, see, this is hitting the chassis. It's not, if I don't even we cannot even compress the suspension. So we need something, I don't know, more flexible, I guess. And one thing that we need to check is if we even have clearance, which I fear we're not going to have. I see. This is already hitting the anti-roll bar. So yeah, this is not going to happen this way. So basically, what we need here, oh my god, yeah, see, there's really no room for the anti-roll bar links here at all. At all. But of course, you know, that has not deterred us on this stream before. There's a way. There's a way. So let's revisit the links. If we have the links, where can they be? Okay, that's the most outer part of the suspension that they can be, and we can mount them here like this. Okay, so I guess this would work, but we need to build this to see. And once we have this, then we could do an anti-roll bar from here. Let's say we have the mount for the anti-roll bar here, and then it goes somewhere here to the front. But I would like to do the links first, then we revisit the interval bar. So this has been for naught, at least in this form, but you know, maybe the end result will be even better, which I hope. Okay, so okay, this is already out, so we can actually do that and take our A-arms out. Well, we are going to make a engine. You can call it whatever you like. I don't know which engine specifically. It'll be a V8 with a camshaft, crankshaft, valves, and all the jazz. Okay. Now, come on. I probably should put this frame back. It'll make everything more stable. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. A-arms. So you see, this guy here is also twisting, so it's part of the spring. I would like to do something to this A-arm so that this will be all part of the A-arm. So we have less, basically only these guys are going to provide, this is the only length that provides the springiness. So we gain a little harsher or a little stiffer suspension by just redesigning this. Let's see what are our options here. So if we look at this from below, it's like this. And now we would need a ball joint or something here. I mean ball joint. We're going to have a ball joint there anyway. I think I need to get more red ball joints. Not enough. Okay. So essentially we want something here. We want something here. Okay, we can. What can we do? We can have it like this, but then this would mean that there's a pivot. No. We can have it. We can have it like this, of course. Ha. Good. Okay, that's good. And then we must have basically these two guys here, there, something like this, and then now this is one piece. Compare this to this. If you look at it, so in this case we get torsion already here, but in this case it starts here, so right when where the torsion bar actually mounts. It's just the color, just to spice it up, nothing else. They're not special or anything. Okay. These and a few bars. Let's construct our A-arm. So the front, of course, obviously is this. This cannot change. I don't know. The difference is, I guess, really negligible. I mean, they look exactly the same. I don't know. Maybe, see, maybe the base here, maybe this part here is designed to have less slack in the pinhole. I don't know. But I don't have more than 3 red ones, so I'll take 2 red ones and 2 black ones, just for symmetry's sake. So I can always replace them later. Okay, and now we have this one. And these guys. Okay, first problem. Can we get away? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can get away if we have 4 of these, like this. But I would like to have something in here as well. Yes, we can have it like this, but I don't like the twisting here. So some re-engineering is required. Okay, we want a hole here. Okay, this has to be fixed as well. We need something to be here, connecting this. Whew, that's a tough one. Really tough one. No, we cannot have this here. Doesn't fit. Whew. Hello. Interesting problem. Interesting problem. I'm all ears if anybody has a solution, but if we keep the A arm like this, then we have twisting here, and this is going to make the suspension even softer. See, we cannot have this kind of twisting here. This isn't present here, of course. So we need to think, what could we do? So we need a hole here that cannot twist, and we need this thing to be as stiff and fixed as possible. Where would you put the thin axle into it? The bar is already in here. See, we already have the bar. What if we do 2 bars? But 2 bars might be too soft. Let's see. Still, this is twisting way too much. Way too much. That's unacceptable. You see, the problem is that the knuckle, the suspension basically acts here, and then this is the torsion bar. So you see, if this is not fixed enough, we get pre-suspension here, and we don't want that at all. That's absolutely unacceptable. However, hear me out. What if we do the following? We can have this and this, and then we have this guy. I know this guy is movable now, but it may not matter. It may not matter. And then we have like these and another row of these. So we would have them like this. And this might work. with some creativity. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. They all need to be fixed. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's do it like this. Now, why would I do that? I don't need to do that. Here you see this guy here goes into the front suspension bridge. Not the connection problem is not the same, because you see right now here we can do we have a few options. So basically I can connect these guys directly to this, and I can use this, put it through here. Okay, everything flies. That's exactly how we're going to do it. Where's my part now? Come on, that's not fair. We need this. Come on, the parts were like right here in front of me. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Okay. There you go. Okay. So we can have them like this. Come on. Like this. So this is proper stiff. This is really stiff. Of course, we need something here in the front, but yeah. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so now if we want it, we need a spacer. We need a spacer here for it. Ideally, it would be as close as this, but that's not gonna happen with our suspension setup. I mean, with our setup here. I don't know. Maybe if we put a spacer here, maybe. Maybe. And then our ball joint comes here like this, and the bar, the link goes in here like this. Yeah, we could get away with it. The problem is, of course, that because this is a triangular shape, this gets pulled in. It's not ideal. We could do this. This would be This would be less. The problem is that we mount the suspension here. That's not a Camaro, and it's from 2009, so that's 11 years ago. It's a yellow Dodge Challenger. Yellow Dodge Challenger it is. Okay, let's just test mount it to the car. So obviously we need to mount the suspension here somewhere else, because that mounting point is now taken up by our link. And I think this link setup, actually, I like it. I like it. It's going to work. It's moving, of course, now, because there's no torsion bar here, which would hold it as well. And this is, if I mimic the torsion bar, this is now much better. And if I remove this, oh yeah, this is doing a great job. This is staying. This is absolutely fantastic. I hope it clears the wheel, but should. This is absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. It performs its function exactly as it should. Perfect. Okay. So let's repeat this for the other side, and then let's find a new mount for the suspension bridge somewhere here in the front. We're probably going to mount it here to the big frame. I don't know, somewhere here. I don't know. We'll find a way. There's options. So another one of these. And of course the stiffer the A-arms are mounted to the chassis, the better the feel on the steering wheel is also, because then you have full control. And if you then change the wheel hubs for the LP power wheel hubs, then the feeling on the hand of God steering really increases a lot. And that's what I'm aiming at. Um, it's a good question. I would like to build a supercar. For example, I don't know, if I can afford one day the Lego Bugatti Chiron, I would buy it, I would build it, and then I would basically use just the external body shell just for the looks, and make a one-to-one version of it, but with none of the internals. Everything would be custom, and I would use probably 6 of the old buggy motors, so it would be really quick. But of course the Chiron is expensive and I cannot afford it. So okay. Yeah, the suspension is garbage. The bodywork, the chassis is garbage because most of it is the gearbox, which is completely useless. Yeah. Well, you can help actually. Support me on Patreon, for example, and we can save up and buy the Chiron. Everything is possible. Okay, I have discovered an issue that we need to address sooner or later. Here, now that we have taken out the torsion bars, uh, these kind of popped off. So we need to put a pin in here to prevent the axle from popping out. Don't bother with the Top Gear Rally car. There's nothing on the Top Gear Rally car that you want. The differentials that are the only good part that came out of it can be had on Bricklink for cheap. So don't really bother. Okay. Come on. Should have thought of this before, but oh well. There we go. Okay, one side done. You see, now it cannot. The torsion bar mount cannot slip back again, so we can mount the torsion bars without problems. Okay, let's leave it out now. Yeah, I don't know, me neither, but I would prefer radio control for RC cars, but I don't know. Something that responds quickly. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good. Okay, let's now maybe think about the anti-roll bar. It could go below this guy. I mean below. Yeah, on top of this guy. And connect, I don't know where. Hmm. I mean, Bluetooth is fine, I guess, but it if you have a really fast vehicle, it reacts too slow. Radio control is really where it's at. Yeah, no, it's not necessarily a sin. Uh, it all depends on what you want to do, really. I mean, in the extreme case, I would basically the drivetrain should be with Lego motors, with the the black buggy motors. But the way you control all of that, that's open for interpretation. I mean, I can allow RC components. Oh yes, that's beautiful. This is beautiful. Only thing that this still isn't as fixed is because we have not mounted this. This is beautiful. I like it. Really like it. This is very sturdy. Very nice. Okay, so let's mount this and somewhere here, so it's not going to bother us. Okay, what can we do? Mm, 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 mm. Somewhere here would be ideal if we could mount it somewhere here. Oh, okay. Let's mount it like this. There's of course a natural mounting point just waiting for us. What do you mean Technic sets in different colors? You mean like if one set, like the, I don't know, the Porsche or the Lamborghini, would be available in not just green but, I don't know, other colors? There we go. Oh yes. I mean, there's still movement if you really pull this movement, but then it's not the movement exactly in this linkage, but everything here flexes basically. I don't know if you can see it. Everything flexes, whole body. That's good enough for me, I guess. Good enough for me. It's much There's much less flex than there would be with a Lego car. I get what you mean, but you know, at the end of the day, this is still a toy. No matter how realistic we want it to be, it's still a toy. There are limitations, and I'm okay with those limitations. Uh, but the limitations that Lego puts on us or on its models are artificial. So, come on. Please go in. I mean, there's so much lazy engineering in Lego models lately. And some really bad engineering, actually. Not just lazy, bad. Outright bad engineering. Okay. Oh, really? Come on. Okay. Let me just finish this and I'll comment. No, you didn't just. There. Of course he did. Of course he did. Small gear decided to get out. Okay. Is everybody in? Okay. Now they are. Okay. Okay. Everything tight. Okay. We're back in action. Yeah. For example, I've seen the Volvo dump truck. Well, I don't know anything about Mega Blocks, and I don't know which parts they use. So I'm really completely ignorant of what Mega Blocks is doing, except the Mega Blocks Enterprise A model. That I've seen that and I like it, and I want it. Mm, okay. So flexing is still there. But there's really not much that we can do. Well, actually, there is. See, this spacer here, this spacer, if this spacer wasn't here and this would be connected to this, there will be much less flexing. Ha! Okay, so re-engineering of the A-arms again. Hmm, okay. Well, there's only one solution to do this. I mean, who doesn't like Star Trek, right? Whoever doesn't like Star Trek is a monster. Especially the Next Generation. Next Generation was awesome. See, we have a monster here. Star Trek is awesome. There are boring episodes, I agree. As with every show, there are some black sheep here and there. Yeah, this is acceptable. Mm. I mean, I like the Millennium Falcon, but at like what, 700 euros or something like that, that's too much money for me. I mean, and it's a model. The problem with sets that are this expensive is, for example, uh, that they are very static. You basically put them on your shelf and they're there. Uh, I mean, 700 euros would be okay. Let's say okay, if the set was something that you could really use or play with, like something remote controlled, or I don't know. Then I would say cool. But for something that you are going to build and then put on your display somewhere, and it'll just sit there, uh, I don't know. That's too expensive. Come on. Okay. Uh, God damn it. Okay. Now let's see if we made an improvement. Oh yes. It's still not perfect, but this was definitely an improvement. Definitely. Much less movement than before. Yeah. But I think we cannot do any better, sadly. Um, okay. Now let's see if we can get an idea about an anti-roll bar. Mount this first to see what the situation is here. Okay. Yeah, it kinda, I don't know, it doesn't interfere. It's right on the edge, but it's fine. That's really the, when the wheel is going to be like this, it's going to be depressed anyway. So yeah, I guess it's fine. But I feel something hitting something. We need to investigate that. Let's see what is hitting something. Oh, it's not. Weird. Okay. What's happening here? kind of feel something hitting something at a certain, very certain situation. Well, the anti-roll bar does one thing. So when imagine the car is driving along a normal road, and of course the wheels are working, blah blah blah. But now you're going into a corner. For example, we are going into a corner, and the outer wheel is going to now depress. So the all of the basically all of the weight of the car in the corner is transferred to the front outer wheel. Okay, and suddenly there's only the spring itself on this side that is providing the resistance in the corner. But we do not want that, because that means that the body lean of the car will be extreme. Because when this corner depresses and the spring is not strong enough, now what? So in order to reduce body lean and improve handling, we add we link these two sides with another torsion bar. As I demonstrated before, the torsion bar is somewhere here. I don't know. This is too short, but let me get something longer. This is just a mock-up. So basically, something that connects to the A-arms, or anywhere for that matter. Depends on the type of the suspension, but the idea is the same. So now, when this suspension arm depresses, you see, now it creates a torsion on this torsion bar. So this torsion bar provides more spring force to this side. That's the whole point. So you increase the spring resistance of the side of the suspension that is most under stress, so under load. That's the idea. And when, for example, in our car, this is also going to give us more when we go into a corner. This is going to give us more feel on the steering, because the load, I mean the spring force is transferred to the wheel, and you can really feel this. I mean, it sounds crazy, but you can feel that there's not enough force here. That said, the suspension as it is right now with the new A-arms is a little bit stiffer than it was before. Not much, but a little bit. Drinking up the last my tea. Yeah, but you know why sway bars are removed on Jeeps? Simply because Jeeps are off-road vehicles, and in off-road vehicles, you actually want the solid axles in the front and the rear to allow the maximum amount of twist. That's why you remove anti-roll bars on all-terrain vehicles. On normal cars, you don't. It's just, I don't know. It's actually, I don't know. It's just random tea from a bag. Okay. Articulation, yeah, that's the word. Off-road cars need articulation. Hmm. Exactly, they don't need to. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Phew. The anti-roll bar is going to be challenging. Very challenging. Very challenging. Not impossible, but challenging. The, I mean, the problem here is that if Lego had like you see the steering links here, if we had some axle, some length of axle with a ball joint socket on it, that would be so great. You mean Sariel, the Polish guy? Hmm. Well, let's um, let's forget about the anti-roll bar for now. Maybe I can think of something by myself because this is probably getting boring. No, I have no idea what it is. I'm actually not really interested in off-roaders, to be honest. I get the technical side, but they are, to me at least, to me they are boring. But each his own. If you like them, go for it. See now when we drive into the corner, for example this side, see when force is applied. So imagine that now the car is cornering really hard. See, most of the force is here in this wheel. So if we had some more um spring power That would be great. But this is really good. The suspension, if I drive over my hand, it's almost like that of an off-road truck. There's of course room for improvement, absolutely. But and we are going to improve it. For example, this you can see here. You can see here how this guy here is moving up and down when force is applied. We need to see if we can somehow maybe prevent this. I doubt it, but I mean this is fixed, but this is moving because it would need something here. I don't know what, but something. Because it's a Dodge Charger, and a Dodge Charger does not have a rack and pinion steering. It has an articulated ball steering, exactly like this. In the real car, it doesn't use gears like that, but it has a worm gear, just like we have in the Torsion Bar spring mounts. It has a worm gear and then an axle that goes to the pitman arm. I mean, that's how suspensions were back in. I mean, steerings were back in the day. So it's nothing inherently wrong with that. I mean, BMW used it on the E34 and the 8 series, the E31. Yeah. I am not going to make an off-roader. Probably not. There are so many other things that I would prefer to do. The closest I would go to an off-roader would be to make an Audi Quattro. But, you know, that's not really an off-roader. Okay. Back to serious stuff. So last time we stopped with the roof because of the hand of God steering. But now, since that is solved, we should do something about mounting the roof properly. Which Challenger? The Challenger that I made. That car was okay for the time and my knowledge of things at the time, but if I had to do it again, it would be completely different. So, I mean, I've learned about studless so much, and there's so many new parts. It would be much different. And, well, I don't know. It probably would not make a good rally car. There's so many better options to do a rally car than using a muscle car. There's some proper stuff. That's a Charger, and no, I don't think this car would make a good rally car. To be honest. Okay, so we are doing it like this. And I need to reinforce these guys. This is just too flimsy. Need some more structure. Okay. By the way, I'm getting the Lego Dodge Charger on probably Monday. Would you like me to build it on the stream? Hmm. Huh? Oh, camera, focus, focus. Well, the main reason, of course, is because we need it for parts. The Charger is definitely the better option. Don't get the Top Gear car. It's very slow, uh, and it's not really a good looking model. It has no other functions than driving, and since it's so slow, it doesn't really. It's not really fun. Other people have said this something along those lines as well. So don't get it. It's a waste of money. But the Charger has potential. It's a much simpler model than what we are doing, of course. Uh, but it's not a bad model. We're going to build it, and we're gonna see how, especially how it compares in size to our car. You mean what? Like right now? You're going to the store right now? Mm. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now this car is going to have a properly sturdy roof for the first time with this. Okay. Oh yeah, this feels already quite nice. So, one of the problems that we now face is, see, when you take out the hand of God steering, this guy falls to the side. And now, what to do? Do we make a contraption here that would keep this guy from falling down? Or do we mount this a little sturdier so it won't fall down here? That's the conundrum we are facing right now. So either or, do we support it here or do we support it here? What do you think? I'm undecided, to be honest. And I'm wondering what would be easier. Yeah, whatever we do is going to get bulky. Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Because, for example, if you make these guys black as well, um, the they will basically be invisible once the car is all done. So you can hide it pretty easy. since we decided now to do it on the bottom side, what to do? The easiest way would probably be to both replace this. Come on. To replace this guy with another custom mount that would go across these, and this would then mount this as well. So for example, we could use an L lift arm, and that would support it nicely. See, like this. Like this. See? And then we can make something here in the tunnel, because there won't be a thick CV joint there, and yeah, this would go. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. So we can do just this. Let me make it first, and then I'll show you. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. This is perfect. Perfect. And I pull it out. Pull it back in. Solved. There we go. Removable knob for the hand of God steering. You wouldn't even know this car has a hand of God steering. But just insert the knob from the, I don't know, glove compartment or the trunk, and suddenly you can drive the car on your desk as a fidget toy or whatever. But if you don't want it, or just put on a shelf for good looks, remove the knob, everything's fine. There we go. I think we can be happy with that. Well, you can. I'm going to make pictures tomorrow of what we have here, and you can build it. I mean, this is stream number what, 12. By now, you should have the whole car built by now. I mean, what we have here. No, 4 gears is not going to happen. 3 gears. 3 gears and maybe reverse. That's the best we can aim at. No more. Very nice. When I look at it, I actually don't see the A arm is actually not moving front to back. It only does so when I grab it really hard, and even now it doesn't. I have to grab the A arm itself, then I can move it. So this is good. This is good. Much better than any Lego suspension. Depends on the real car. If it's an automatic gearbox, then it has 3 gears and reverse. If it's manual, it has 4 gears and reverse. So since the actuation of our gearbox will be like mimicking the what's it called, the power shift of the automatic. So the automatics had some of the automatics had like 1, 2, 3 gear options that you can manually reverse, and then the gearbox would stay in that gear instead of shifting automatically. So we are going to mimic that. Our gearbox is going to have 3 gears. Yeah, 4 on the floor. That was the term. Or 3 on it. The Chargers actually had an automatic with a console shifter, but they also had 3 on the tree, which was basically the column shifter. The very cheap versions had this. So yeah, they had a column shifter, so automatic on the floor, and the manual gearbox on the floor. So the pistol grip shifter. Exactly, 3 on the tree. 3 being the steering column. So yeah, I'm happy with the results so far. We haven't, yeah, maybe we have skimmed here and there with parts. Yeah. Okay, let's make this a little sturdier. There we go. I don't like it if just some random lift arm is just so floppy. Oh, here we have it. Okay. Then on this side it's already fixed. Okay. No plans for really anything besides the charger right now. Okay. I mean, what else can we do? The only thing that's really bothering me still is that, you see, the this part is allowed to move a little bit. It would be ideal if we had like a triangle structure here in the roof as well, but I kinda don't see it happening. There's really no room for it, and it would make the roof too bulky. So I guess since the suspension is soft enough, this is probably never going to be an issue. You can see it is flexing a little bit still, but we are going to see if we can maybe eliminate this a little bit more. We'll see. Well, it's fine. I mean, this only happens if I grab it here. Otherwise, the suspension is never going to twist the body that much that this would become an issue. Yeah, we'll have to live with it. Oh, what happened here? What happened here? Oh my god! Jesus. Yep. The rear charger would also flex a little. That's true. My god. Look at that. I mean, the flex in the wheel hubs is just extreme. And I was just hearing something is rubbing somewhere, and I didn't know what. Then I realized it's the rear wheels that are rubbing against the leaf springs because the wheel hubs have just so much slack. Oh my god. That is just insane. Yeah. Well, I'm going to use LP power wheel hubs, so this is not going to be an issue. And yeah, I don't know. Next time, since all of the major technical issues, except of the gearbox and engine, have been solved, next time we're going to start building some bodywork, since this is really what's remaining. So we are going to see. I mean, the A pillar and the fender. We can start with this, and we can also start with the C pillars. So covering them up and doing some lines with our panels here. So I'm probably going to use some flex tubing here to, I don't know, make it curve a little bit or something, because doing it just like this, just straight, isn't a charger. And in the front we can turn it around and we can have it like this. Yeah, this would be more realistic because the charger, of course, characteristically has this crevice here. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit out. Yeah, I want to keep this because unlike the Lego charger, which has smooth sides, it has curved fenders. I want this line. I want to keep this line. It will extend to the front, and of course, this part will nicely form part of the grille. And in the front, of course, we are going to have another gimmick of the charger. We are going to have here a hatch that will reveal the headlights. This is also something we need to do. And of course, we want, at least I want, this hatch to be openable from the inside. So there will be a lever or something here, so that when you pull the lever, the headlight covers will open. So yeah, so I need many more of these. This is going to be uh, a major part of our bodywork. Yeah, Marco, we are basically done with doing stuff today. So just discussing options and what you're going to do. Yeah, so I mean, this, if you look at pictures of the charger, this is pretty much the contour of the edge of the fender, and I like this very much. Very useful part, I must say. Those panels. No, we're going to do it differently. We're going to do it much differently, more realistic. The 8880 mechanism was very crude, and not what we are doing here, because the, we are revealing headlights. We're not popping them up, so it's very much different. But I really like that. For example, if you look at the inside here, that we have actually so much space here under the steering wheel. So this is very realistic. We could even fit some pedals here. I don't know, just for show purposes. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the lever. We'll see what how we're going to do it, because the lever, of obviously, for obvious reasons, it can be here. So it's probably going to be an axle going down this fender or something. So I don't know, or maybe even here. Yeah, but I don't know. Somewhere there's room. Yeah, there. Here it can go under here and enter somewhere. I don't know. It's going to enter, but yeah, something's going to be done. Or we can even use flex tubing, if nothing else. Nothing else will work. Knob gears. Why would I need? Why knob gears? I don't like knob gears at all. They are useless. I don't like them at all. Really. I would think we'll think of something. There's options. Yeah, but we need the headlights, definitely. I have no idea. But to be honest, right now we have all the essential parts done. All the essential parts are done, so the car is drivable. We need a few things to finish up here in the back, and then it's all about looks. I mean, if this was a Roadrunner, for example, not a Charger, it's the same, basically the same body style, just a different sheet metal. Um, this would work. A Roadrunner would have this completely straight. Congratulations on your purchase. I'll have mine in on Monday probably. So yeah. I think that's it for today. Today is Thursday. Next stream, I guess, could be on Saturday or maybe tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. I'll announce it before, so you know. And tomorrow, I would really like to start with some bodywork with these guys. Either we make the front fenders, so we can start on the grill, or we do the shoulders and the C pillar. Depends on what we decide. But yeah, this is going to look great. I think I have enough of those to really to extend it to the end of the fender, so we can do the grill, or just attempt to see where the grill is, and then of course we can make the hood, a latching mechanism for the hood in the front. Of course, we're going to have latching mechanisms, so we can just pop the hood down and it stays closed unless we pull something here, and then we can open it. Yeah, and of course the doors, we need to develop the doors with, of course, the latching mechanism, so we can open them and then just slam them shut and they stay shut. That the way I like it. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today, and I see you in the next stream. And by the way, before I end, uh, please consider supporting me on Patreon, because I have a Patreon right now. The link is somewhere, I don't know, here. Come on. Here is the address. Yeah, and I see you in the next stream.